Okay, dear FR students, I'm Abil Ahmed, FR expert. In today's small concept building video, we'll be discussing something very interesting, and that actually relates to IS2. Now, you might be thinking, sir, what is big deal about IS2? Everyone knows that when we talk about IS2, we have to keep our stock at lower of cost, and the second is NRV. But I'm going to tell you something very interesting when it comes to NRV, because majority of the student, they just see the question on IS2 and then just they dive into solving that question, and they end up by making mistake. So actually, from after this concept building video, whenever there will be a question on IS2, especially regarding calculation of NRV, so I'll tell you the direction how you have to think. So let's dive into the details. Let me share the question as well. And this question I've taken from your pre-seen mock June 2026. Let me share that question. Okay, I hope everyone can see that. Let me just a minute. I hope it should. Okay. Okay, now listen. We know that students under IS2 that we have to keep our stock lower of cost and NRV, whichever is lower. But whenever you will be comparing cost with NRV, so you should not be just directly calculating NRV. First, you pause for 5 seconds and then see either you are required to calculate NRV of work in progress or you are required to calculate NRV of finished goods. We know that we'll be comparing cost NRV, whichever is lower, but you have to see the question that do I need to calculate NRV of work in progress or NRV of finished goods? Because both have the different, I would say, formulae. NRV of work in progress is equal to estimated selling price minus estimated cost to complete, because we are calculating net realizable value of work in progress, which is a semi-finished goods. So we have to incur more cost to complete it. That is why from the estimated selling price, we are deducting estimated cost to complete. And then we will be deducting estimated cost to sell as well. I'll be explaining this also. Don't worry at all. What do you mean by estimated cost to sell? Now, if I'm required to calculate NRV of finished goods, formula will change. Estimated selling price minus estimated cost to sell only. So first of all, student, whenever you will be calculating NRV, you have to first check, do you need to calculate NRV? You are required to calculate NRV of work in progress or NRV of finished goods, because both are different. Now let's talk about a little bit on estimated cost to sell. Now listen, when we say estimated cost to sell, it is a direct selling cost. Means in order to simply have the sale, I have to bear that cost. For example, giving a commission to the sales team. It could be per unit sold on per unit sold basis. So that is a direct selling cost. Without that, simply I cannot have the sale. So direct selling cost, for example, sales commission, it could be, for example, direct shipping cost and etc. So if there is any direct selling cost, I have to deduct that as well. Now let's see the question. And first we have to see, do we need to calculate NRV of work in progress or NRV of finished goods? At 30th September X7, Nordic's company had in one inventory 120 units of work in progress. Work in progress, okay? Which had a cost of 18,600 to produce. It estimated that each unit would cost 15. So don't forget one thing, student. Here we are required to calculate NRV of work in progress. So we have to consider the cost to complete at each unit, then sell it for 190. Direct selling cost, they have given us 2% of the revenue. In accordance with IAS2, what is the correct carrying amount of Nordic's company's work in progress? So here comes NRV. Estimated selling price, they have given us 190. Okay, fine. Minus cost, estimated cost to complete, which they have given us 15. Now minus the direct selling cost, which is 2% of the revenue. Revenue means simply the selling price is 190. I have to take 2% of 190. Let me use the calculator. If I take 2% of 190, students, I am getting 3.8. So my direct selling cost per unit is 3.8. Just a minute. Here comes your NRV. So 190 minus 15 minus 3.8, I am getting NRV per unit is 171.2. Now multiply this with 120. Here comes the total NRV. If the NRV is lower than the cost, then obviously carrying amount of the stock will be NRV. If NRV is still higher than the cost, then your inventory will remain at cost. So 171.2 multiplied by 120. Students, I'm getting 20,544. So NRV is 20,544 and cost is 18,600. So the inventory carrying amount will be 18,600. So the option is A. So student, what is the catch? The catch is whenever you are required to calculate NRV, you have to read the question slowly and try to first figure it out. Do you need to calculate NRV of work in progress or NRV of finished goods? So once you know that you are calculating NRV of work in progress, what is the formula? You know that if you are required to calculate NRV of finished goods, you know the formula. So this is, students, how to calculate NRV in case of work in progress and in case of finished goods. I'm Abil Ahmed, FR expert, and let me tell you one thing. If you enrolled yourself in our FR course, we will provide you the entire course. Entire FR you can complete just, I would say, within 60 hours. Plus, the good part is once you will get enrolled at Abil School of Accountancy in FR, you will also be getting a crash course. Just within 9 to 10 hours, you can revise the entire FR. Plus, we are the only institute we do conduct your live revision classes as well. And plus, you will be getting the long notes as well as short notes. Plus, one more thing, we provide the best and fastest WhatsApp support in the world. And all of your queries will be responded by directly your tutor, means in case of FR, I'm going to reply all of your queries. We do not keep any teacher assistant. So students waiting for what? Enroll right now and secure your spot at Abil School of Accountancy. Thank you very, very much.